Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us, where today we're going to discuss the top trends heading into 2020 in the self-storage industry and how you can effectively and efficiently turn marketing into move-ins. My name is Mackie, and I'm the Director of Account Management for the self-storage vertical here at G5.
And I'm Sarah Stangel. I'm a key account manager at G5, working with self-storage clients for over 4 years.
Now, before we dive into the top trends for 2020, let's take a quick look at some of the top challenges the market faced over the course of 2019. First, oversupply. We're continuing to see a steady rise in conversions and new development of self-storage facilities, which is outpacing demand in many of the key primary and secondary markets. Second, a dramatic increase in the cost of advertising, particularly in paid search, where cost per click and cost per conversion metrics are increasing at a rapid rate nationwide. And lastly, but most certainly not least, is accessibility and website compliance. This is an area that is keeping many self-storage owners and operators up at night. Plaintiff groups are currently targeting self-storage facilities throughout the US, bringing into focus the need for websites that are accessible to all. And so, Sarah, just to recap, we're seeing an increase in competition in the market, leading to a drastic rise in the cost of advertising and paid search, all coupled with this looming threat of potential litigation surrounding accessibility and website compliance. Digital marketing can certainly help you overcome some of these challenges, correct?
Absolutely. But first, you need to start with knowing your renters.
Great point, Sarah. As the reason we're here today is to help owners and operators in the self-storage industry turn marketing into move-ins. And what better way to do that than by understanding the specific wants, needs, and expectations of those moving in. Now, quick stat for you all. According to Forrester research, companies who are ahead in customer experience have 5 times greater revenue growth than those who are laggard. Now, why is that? It's because they understand their renters and how they want to buy or lease. They understand those expectations and how they want to engage with a brand digitally.
That said, it's time to take a look at our 5 trends that will help you turn marketing efforts into move-ins in 2020. Predictive marketing, crowdsourced reputation, website accessibility, guiding renting experiences, and personalization.
Predictive marketing is an excellent place to start, as we are now in the age of the customer. There are countless unique customer journeys, and with so many touch points, the question is, how can a marketer know where to spend and how to measure the impact of that spend? Fact of the matter is, humans just can't keep up with the quantity of data and complexity of today's online journey. Customers change their preferences at the drop of a hat, and new and different today outweighs tried and true, because fact is, they have more choices today than ever before. And technology is here to save you the time of guessing and will help predict where to find where that next renter might be. Predictive marketing measures multiple renter touchpoints to uncover commonalities in your customer's journey, providing you, the marketer, with insight into channels and campaigns that have the greatest impact on conversions. And here at G5, we use predictive marketing to fuel our smart digital advertising with a product called CrossChannel Spend Optimizer. And what's awesome about CrossChannel Spend Optimizer is that every dollar spent can be used in a completely unique combination to best target each customer's individualized journey. Now, that's something that's just not possible without technology.
Yeah, this tool really helps take the guesswork out of where to spend your marketing dollars most efficiently. The next trend we're going to address is crowdsourced reputation. Customers have considerable influence on how your brand is perceived. In fact, we can even go so far to say that they are the creators of your reputation. In the past, businesses controlled the sales process. They decided how their corporate image was presented to the world, where and how it was marketed, and even controlled what was said about them. That's not the case today. With freedom of mobile and the introduction of subscription economy, your customers hold all the power, and it has a big impact on the number of new leases you sign. Now, almost every consumer reads local business reviews, and over half of those won't do business with a company that has less than 4 stars. And it's not enough to have some good reviews. The frequency in which you receive reviews is important too. If your reviews are more than 3 months old, they are perceived as not as relevant. This is super important to share with your location managers. Constantly requesting happy renters to review online is an important job. It helps you to own as much of the conversation about your business as possible. It truly does have an impact on your occupancy. Managing your reputation is not a new trend, but it is definitely more important than ever. And reviews absolutely impact the way I shop online. For example, on Amazon, I filter by 4 stars above and, of course, by Prime. Then I'll shop from those results. And then I look at the other items that they post that I may like also.
And Sarah, I might do the exact same thing, but I also layer in looking at some of those less than stellar reviews so I can understand what are the potential downfalls about a product or service. But more importantly, how are those businesses and those brands responding to some of those less than stellar reviews? The third trend you need to embrace in 2020 is website accessibility, which, as we mentioned earlier, is something that I personally know is keeping many self-storage owners and operators awake at night. But first, let's define website accessibility. Website accessibility refers to development and design best practices that allow users, regardless of their ability, to perceive, understand, navigate, and interact with a website. And today, the most widely accepted standards are the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, or more commonly referred to as WCAG. WCAG provides procedures for creating websites that accommodate users who rely on assistive devices by adding a layer of usability and improving the experience for all. Now, in 2019, the number of ADA Title III website accessibility lawsuits filed in federal courts increased by a dramatic 177%. And although there are no enforceable legal standards to follow for website accessibility, a lawsuit may still be filed against your company. Most lawsuits filed against businesses for allegedly having inaccessible websites do so under Title III of the ADA. And when that law was originally written, companies didn't conduct business online the same way they do today. No language in the law identifies websites specifically, though plaintiffs do assert that websites are a public accommodation. Self-storage operators need to make website accessibility compliance a priority so they can mitigate legal risks and do their part in making the internet a better place for all users. Now, let's consider the following when updating your website for accessibility. First, reduce your exposure to risk. Get ahead of possible litigation by addressing accessibility issues, maintaining an accessibility statement, and providing options for users to contact you when they encounter issues on your website. Next, improve website performance. General accessibility updates can have a positive impact on overall website performance, including usability and search engine optimization. Third, reach a wider audience. Following website accessibility best practices ensures all visitors can have a good user experience and can easily access information about your facility. Fourth, stand out from your competition. If a user can't understand the content on your website, he or she is likely to move on to another. Ensuring your website meets accessibility guidelines can help your facility stand out from the competition. And lastly, show your customers you care. Communicate to your customers that you care by taking steps to make your website more accessible. An accessible website conveys that your company focuses on providing a positive experience for all. Now, Sarah, when you're talking to your customers, what are the common things you're hearing about WCAG?
Well, clients are absolutely thinking about it, and they're asking how often things need to be updated, which is a really great question because this subject is constantly evolving. And since your changes to your website happen regularly, which can impact the accessibility, another big trend in 2020 is going to be the guided renting experience. Think about messaging apps, chat, online leasing, and more. Real estate operators need to go wherever your customers might go and engage with them on their terms. Knowing exactly how to attract your ideal renter and how to engage and convert them over and over, reliably and repeatedly, into high lifetime value leases. This is the age of the hyper-informed consumer, where even the most successful enterprises need to reinvent themselves to systematically understand and serve increasingly powerful customers. Zappos is a great example of a company that enables visitors to engage on their own terms, giving them experiences that surpass that of other online shoe buying outlets. By requesting you to sign in and personalize your shopping experience, they gain a lot of information unique to you, and they personalize your experience. Even in storage, you have to provide more options for your prospects to engage with you online. It used to be that they would fill out a form or give you a call. Now, some users want more information instantly. Not everyone wants to wait till you're open to call and rent a unit. Now you can offer an online leasing experience to fill empty units after hours on your prospect's own schedule. Guided renting experiences matter because they allow your renter to choose their own journey. So why not let your prospective renter decide what their first engagement with you is? Whether that's giving you a call, using chat or text messaging, or even leasing the unit online. Guided renting experiences help remove those easy barriers and allow your renter to take the reins on their own engagement, which ultimately leads to a better customer experience. This is where Adam and I are different again, but both are still very important consumers. For example, I won't pick up the phone and call. I would much rather get all the info I need online. And if there's a chat button on the website, I will absolutely use that before I pick up the phone and engage.
And Sarah, you're right. I 100% prefer to pick up the phone. But what's more important to me is options. Because if I can't get someone on the phone, I need another outlet of how I can reach that business or that brand. Or worst case scenario, I'll jump and I'll move to another business, which, as we know, with the increase in competition in the market, each and every customer is more important now than ever. And the last trend we are seeing as we turn the corner into 2020 is the move towards a personalized buying experience. And as we've already discussed, each renter's journey looks different, and the marketing strategies and experience needed to attract the right renters is different for each of your self-storage facilities. Now, consider the renter's journey at a store in San Francisco. A research-intensive renter may be seeking high-touch interactions and social reinforcement that the leasing decision they're about to make is indeed the right one. Now, this might look vastly different from a fast and transactional renter in San Bernardino, who goes online to compare prices from various stores to see how far their dollars will get them. They then search online for a specific size and check availability on an individual store website before taking action, whether that be making a phone call or, hopefully, completing an online lease. So what does that mean for you as a self-storage owner or operator? And the fact of the matter is, traditional static marketing programs simply aren't going to cut it in 2020. Your marketing strategy has to put your prospective renter in the driver's seat and be agile enough to keep up. If you keep your renters in mind, you'll be able to convert prospective renters quicker and gain better buy-in from day one.
So now that we recapped the biggest trends from 2019 and how marketing can help you overcome those challenges and be successful in 2020, here are some of the things that you can do. Evaluate your goals and how they align with your current marketing strategies. Work closely with all of your partners and make sure you're getting the best return on your investment. Make sure your marketing is getting you ahead of your competition. And lastly, understand how renters are using reviews and implement a review strategy that helps you control as much of the conversation as you can. So Adam, what are they supposed to do?
Great question, Sarah. If you'd like to learn more or have any questions, please reach out to us at getg5.com. We're here to help. Get in touch today to learn more about how we can help you turn marketings into movements. Thank you for joining us, everyone.